Everyone, so as you can see, I just put some box braids in my hair and I am actually really excited about them. This is the first time I've ever had them. I did them completely myself and I feel like they came out surprisingly well for a first time doer. So today I just wanted to share a really quick video with you guys about how I put these in and yeah. So I'm not gonna lie, I am really late making this video. I've actually had these braids in for about a little bit over 5 weeks now. I just have not set aside the time to make this video while I was taking my summer classes. But regardless, I did want to just make a couple of videos before I ended up taking these out, just so I can just share my experience and have something to look back on when I do my braids again. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so first off, I have about 110 braids all throughout my hair, and I did this over the course of 2 days. I started 8 a.m. on a Wednesday and I finished about 4 o'clock the day after, and I did sleep between these times and I did take a few naps and a few breaks, but it did take me a day and a half to do everything. And the hair that I used was, let me just check to be sure I'm saying it right. It was the Expressions 24-inch Aquatex pre-layered hair in the color 1B. I got it mainly because the pre-stretchness of it seemed very beginner friendly. One packet came with 3 bundles inside it, and I ended up using about, I think, 7 or 8 bundles, which is about 3 packets for my whole head. Other things about the hair is that it's supposedly fast drying, water resistant, and lightweight. I don't have anything to compare the hair to, but I feel like the hair did live up to those claims. So for instance, my hair doesn't feel heavy at all. I can really only feel the weight if I put my hair up into a ponytail, but even then it doesn't bother me unless if it's the end of the day, I'm tired, and I've been like crouched over a desk the entire day. And then for the fast dryingness, just compared to a lot of other YouTubers who talk about how after they wash their hair they need to like sit in a towel for hours or else the hair is just gonna end up dripping all over the place. I haven't experienced that. I feel like I am able to really just get out of the house in 30 minutes of getting my hair wet and have my braids be pretty damn dry by the end of that. So to prepare the braiding hair, I actually went about it a little bit differently than what people normally recommend that you do. So like what people normally do is they'll take their braiding hair and they'll rinse it in, or they'll let it soak in a apple cider vinegar water mixture for about 30 minutes, and then they'll just rinse it off with water, let it dry, and use it just like that. I did try this at first. I took one little bundle a few weeks before I did my whole head just for me to practice on, and I rinsed it just like that with the apple cider vinegar water mixture. And I feel like there was just a few limitations of just doing a simple vinegar rinse, because first off, the hair still smelled a little bit plasticky. Not quite as overwhelming as when you first open the package, but just enough that you can still tell that you have synthetic hair. And the other thing is that the hair tangled and matted up so easily. Like I could not like pull apart each bundle of hair without getting like 20 knots on the inside, and it was just so annoying having to like spend 2 minutes detangling that hair every time I wanted to adjust my braids, and having to like even braid with that hair, like it was a complete nightmare. It was horrible. So to prepare the rest of my braiding hair, I still did the vinegar water mixture, but to that vinegar water I added a couple squirts of shampoo, just some like really cheap herbal essence shampoo that I really like the smell of, and that was really there to help get rid of any other plasticky smell that was still lingering around, and just to make it smell a lot fresher and cleaner. So after 30 minutes, I rinsed all of that out really well, and then I followed that up by filling up my sink again with some water and adding a few squirts of conditioner. I then just soaked my hair in that mixture for about 5 minutes and then just detangled my hair and then hung it up to dry without rinsing out that conditioner, and so it wouldn't mat up on itself quite as easily. So to prepare my real hair, I wanted to make sure that it was in the healthiest state that it could be in, obviously because you're putting it away for 2 months. So about a week before, I did a really strong henna treatment just to make sure that my hair was nice and strong. And then the night before, I did a nice moisturizing deep conditioning treatment by mixing in some of my favorite Shea Moisture, Manuka Honey, and Mafura Oil deep conditioner with a little bit of avocado oil, fresh aloe vera, and about a teaspoon of amla and brahmi powder just to kind of help darken the color of the henna. And also because amla and brahmi are just really great Ayurvedic herbs for hair growth, with amla being really great for hydrating the scalp and the strands of your hair, and brahmi being really great for strengthening the roots of the hair and also helping the hair grow out thicker and stronger over time. If you guys are interested in learning more about amla and brahmi, I will have links in the description where you can go look a little bit deeper into those herbs. So after I washed all of that conditioner out, I used some of this Jason Moisturizing Aloe Vera Conditioner as my leave-in, and to help grip my hair, I used some of this edge wax whenever I needed it. I did also put in a little bit of avocado oil on my ends just because my hair does tend to get really, really dry down there. So now for braiding my hair, I actually used two different methods for the back of my head and the front of my head. So for the front of my head, what I did was take my little section of hair and split it into two uneven pieces. After that, I would interlock my strands like this and then take the two smaller sections and pinch them both between my index and middle finger like this, and then let the two larger pieces fall on either side so that it would make this little bow. And then each part of that little bow became the 3 strands for my braids. So after that, I would then bring that bow up to my head and then just kind of comb my index finger and my middle finger through my little section, which would then split it into 3 parts. And then each of those parts are added to each strand of my braiding hair. I really hope that this makes sense. It's really hard to explain and show this, but I'll have some more videos linked in the description for people who use basically the same method in case if I am confusing you guys, because I probably am. So for the back of my head, I actually ended up using the rubber band method, mainly because it was the easiest for me to be able to get the braid really close to my head with my hands in such a weird position. And also because if you see any of my rubber bands, which I'm pretty sure you can probably see all of them, I can easily cover it with the rest of my hair. But anyway, that is it for this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye.